We'll soon be embarking on a new adventure in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, so we here at Lore Tours thought it would be a good time to remind you all that below that thin veneer of retro-futuristic nostalgia, and the joyous laughter brought to us by those various fun and wacky characters, the world of Fallout is an incredibly dark and disturbing place. And what better way to demonstrate that than by looking at 5 of the most unsettling experiments conducted on unsuspecting Vault dwellers by everyone's favourite sinister pre-war corporation, Vault-Tec. At first glance, Vault 11 might seem like any other vault, designed to protect its inhabitants from the nuclear apocalypse. However, its experiment was nothing short of a twisted psychological horror. Vault-Tec mandated the annual sacrifice of one Vault dweller, under the guise that this would ensure the survival of the rest. This grim directive led to a spiral of paranoia, backstabbing, and moral decay, as Vault dwellers were forced into making unthinkable decisions, sacrificing friends and family members. The climax of this dark tale reveals a shocking twist. When the few remaining dwellers refused to continue the sacrifices, they discovered that not sacrificing was the secret goal of the Vault all along, and the traumatized survivors were congratulated for their selflessness, then given freedom to leave the Vault. Vault 22, cloaked under the guise of agricultural advancement, harbored a sinister experiment, one that spiraled disastrously out of control. Vault-Tec equipped this vault with state-of-the-art technology to study genetically modified plants. However, the lush greenery concealed a deadly secret, a spore-based infection that slowly took control of the inhabitants' bodies, turning them into mindless plant-like creatures, seeking to spread their spores wherever they could. The vault, once a beacon of hope for post-apocalyptic agriculture, became a tomb. The spread of the fungus led to the abandonment of Vault 22, leaving behind only echoes of the dwellers' screams and the rustling of malevolent plants. Vault 87's experiment delved into the realms of biological terror. Unbeknownst to its inhabitants, this vault was designed as a testing ground for the forced evolutionary virus, transforming them into horrifying centaurs and the brutal, dim-witted supermutants that now roam the wasteland. The experiment's legacy continues to shape the capital wasteland, as supermutants capture survivors ready to expose them to FEV in order to make more of their kind. Vault 92 promised to be a haven for the world's best musicians, preserving pre-war culture amid the destruction of the old world. However, Vault-Tec's hidden agenda was to explore the effects of white noise on inducing aggression and psychosis. The unsuspecting artists were subjected to subliminal messages, gradually driving them insane, resulting in chaos and violence, with inhabitants ripping each other apart limb from limb, depriving the post-war world of some culture it most desperately needed. Nestled beneath Malden Middle School, Vault 75 presented itself as a sanctuary for children and their families. However, its true purpose was far more malevolent. Vault-Tec designed this experiment to create super soldiers by subjecting the children to rigorous physical and intellectual conditioning coupled with genetic manipulation. The parents and teachers were disposed of shortly after entry, deemed unnecessary beyond their initial contribution. The children, however, stripped of their innocence, underwent a brutal regimen, with those failing to meet Vault-Tec's rigorous standards being eliminated from the program, and life. Even the strongest children were not allowed to survive, with them being harvested for their organs, for the purpose of creating superior genes to be used in future subjects. The only children who survived were those who showed intellectual promise, with Vault-Tec staff recruiting them as scientists to help with future experiments. Vault-Tec's experiments under the guise of post-apocalyptic survival and scientific advancement reveal a disturbing willingness to sacrifice humanity for that most precious of all resources, data. And while we don't really know what Vault-Tec had to gain from this data, our personal favourite theory is that Vault-Tec were conducting studies to help human colonists survive in the isolation of space after fleeing the war-torn planet. What we do know is that if you're looking for your next hit of Fallout lore, you should check out this video on how power armor actually works right here, or maybe have a gander of our entire Fallout video playlist. Make sure to let us know your favourite vault down in the comments. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.